fans. How's it been going for you so far?
You look a bit like Edna Everage.
Do I? I'm gonna pretend I know who that is.
Just, you know.
Is this a good thing or a bad thing?
Did you not know Edna Everage?
No.
Ah. Different continents.
I know.
Oh, incontinence.
The first time I met you, Mr. Hill, I said, now I would pronounce it Bernard. And you said, please don't. Do you remember that?
Yeah, because it's wrong.
Yeah.
Because Americans always they do things wrong. I mean, like the second most dangerous man in the universe ever, Putin. And you think, oh, treat him well, be gentle with him. Putin. Sounds like a wet fart.
Yes. So does Trump, actually.
Don't bum us, Putin.
Putin.
We really like you. We really think you're great, Putin.
Putin.
Yeah.
Sounds better on a microphone. Putin.
And what's this thing about Moscow? Moscow.
Oh, yeah, we messed that one
Moscow.
up. Moscow. Yeah. I did pronounce it Glasgow.
No wonder he's upset. I mean, he goes to bed every night going, what's my real name?
Well,
why do people keep calling me Putin?
Oh.
What's that time?
Oh, that was perfect timing. Well, I don't even know where to start with your illustrious career, but I will tell you the first time I met this lovely gentleman, I told him I was the biggest fan of Titanic in the whole world. And he kind of looked skeptically at me, and then I said, no, I mean it. I've seen the movie 11 times in the theater. 11. And he said to me, you could do better. Yeah, I could do better.
I don't remember saying that at all.
It's all hearsay.
This is one of the stock phrases. This is your stand-up stuff, isn't it?
No, that was real. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
I thought that was
I've
pretty
seen
good.
it a lot more than you have.
I think you have. Yes.
When I'm going on the promotional tours, you know, no. Where are we now? This looks like Japan.
Crazy, huh?
I didn't think they would understand. Japan would understand how to pronounce Theoden.
Theoden. What is that?
There you go. That's another. We're running out of time and we haven't even started. What do you want to know?
I have to ask you about your experience working on Titanic, and maybe you can tell us how you got the role.
My agent said that Jim Cameron had requested a few people go and do a reading in front of, a small bit of acting. So the typical Jim, he does everything absolutely right, And he said, right, here's the side of the ship, okay? It just hit something. And he's looking at like 5 of us all thinking, what's going on? I've been reading the wrong book. And he said, Bernard. And I went, what? No. We'll talk about this later. But and he said, you have to...
Ship's coming in, I think.
Yeah. Sounds like it's broken something. Yeah. It's been stuffed with something else. So we said, okay. So we said, so you go over there. The sea's there. So you're going and you're saying to those in the boats that are empty virtually, come back. I'm the captain. Come back. So we did that a few times, and somebody else joined in, and then he said, okay, that's fine. And he had his little camera, that he'd invented. And he was doing angles on us. And then he said, okay, keep going. And then he walked away, and then did it for a long distance. So we did that, and he got what he wanted, and then he said, okay, so we'll talk about it. And then the phone my agent and said, we'd like him to play the captain. Can you, Jim, come back and have a quiet word with him? So that's what we did. That's how it happened. And he said, oh, by the way, are you available? Of course, Jim. And he said, don't shave your beard. So, okay.
Well, yes, the beard was iconic, yes.
Yeah.
And you did look so much like the real EJ, I must say. The resemblance was uncanny.
Okay. You're still not going to be able to call me Bernard, are you?
Oh, man. No Bernard. Bernard.
Yeah,
Bernard.
Bernard.
Yeah, I got to fix that. I'll work on that. Well, Titanic obviously, went on to win Oscars, and not just my favorite movie. The world loves Titanic. When you were filming the movie, did you have any idea it was going to become the global phenomenon that it did become?
No, we didn't have it. We didn't think like that at all. We felt like, because we were all in this together, and we were all in this, such good shape with each other. We all liked each other, and it seemed like a small movie. And we kept saying, this feels like a really small movie, don't you think? And of course it wasn't in the end, but that's just Jim and the way he put it all together. And we did some scenes where he's in this kind of like harness, or with just a bit of metal, and they hauled it up on a big crane, and they're swinging it backwards and forwards, and he was filming what the ship looked like from 85 feet, that kind of thing. And of course we wouldn't know that. And then eventually it all pieced together. He had it all in his head right from the very beginning. So he's just a man to be admired, really, I think, Jim Cameron.
Well, another small film that you did. Any Lord of the Rings fans in the crowd? We had such a great time with Monopoly Events at Comic-Con in Belfast, and you got to sit with Sean Astin and Elijah Wood, and we did a whole kingly, majestic entrance for you. What was it like to see Sean and Elijah back in Belfast?
Oh, God, it was really wonderful. Because while we were on our tables, and I'd lean back from mine a bit and just look down just to see them two things. Yeah, it was really emotional. Just seeing them. Because the only other place where I'd seen them both together was in New Zealand, and it was just like...
They're both doing so well. They've done some amazing projects as well after Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. It was great. I was sorry for being emotional.
Oh, we love it.
But
they're lovely. They're just lovely
and
guys.
And then we went out to the Crown pub. I took him out there.
Yay!
And we got drunk.
Yay! Good for you.
Guinness and all that stuff. And I said, I've got something to show you. So I took him outside the front of the pub, and I said, look down at your feet. And they said, what? I said, what you're looking at? I said, we're looking at our feet. No, I mean, look, you're standing on what? And they said, oh, that's a really nice lot of tiles all, and it's shaped as the crown. I said, that was the idea. It's the crown. And if you're going in the pub and you're a Protestant, you're going to be standing on the crown.
I gotcha. Controversial.
Clever, huh?
Yes, very clever. I just can't imagine, as a Lord of the Rings fan, to just be at the pub, having a drink as you do, and then you see the three of you hanging out together. You'd think, how drunk am I? I'm seeing the whole cast of Lord of the Rings. My goodness. It must be amazing.
Yeah.
That's cool. Very cool. Now, I could sit up here and fangirl, but we want to make this about you guys. So who has a question for Mr. Bernard Hill? We have a question right here, and the microphone's coming to you, sir.
Very good.
There. Thank you. I did it.
Hello, Bernard.
Hello.
all the young people in here won't remember you from the 80s, from Boys in the Black Stuff.
I hope not.
And you were thrust into national fame after that, and you became a cultural icon. How was that for you?
Hard work, really. Because it was so bad, it really drove me crazy. Because I couldn't walk down the street, without all the builders building stuff all over the place, shouting down the street. It got too much after a while. But I got paid for the privilege of being whatever you said I was, and well, that was it,
Cultural
really. But there's a lot of people who had a lot of things to say, and I was kind of grateful for the opportunity to speak on their behalf by doing the role, because it was wrong. What was going on was wrong. Thatcher and the crowd and all that stuff. That was all wrong.
Great question. Thank you so much. Who else has a question for Mr. Hill? We've got some hands in the air. This lovely gentleman right here. Hello, Indy.
Hi, Bernard.
Hi.
Just one question. Before given the role, or before taking the role of King Theoden in Two Towers, what was your familiarity with Tolkien's work? Because there were some people who've never read the books before that were in the films, and there were some people who read it religiously, like Christopher Lee, who read it annually. I was just wondering, what was your familiarity with it?
I got given a copy of Lord of the Rings in the early 80s. And I think I'd kind of, everybody wanted to know, oh, have you read Lord of the Rings? And you just couldn't say, no, no, I've not read that. What is it? So you had to pretend that you'd read it, which is what I did. And they used to say, it's the most read book since the Bible. And I looked and I thought, oh, maybe so, really. No, it's not. That's not true. It's the most read book since the Bible. So people were pretending to have read it, and they didn't. It was too big a thing. It was a lot to read, and to commit yourself to read it. So a lot of people didn't get into it. They'd flick through like I did. Flick through, look for names that stuck out.
I've read it too.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what happened with lots of people. But then they came and said, do you want to? There's lots of things happened before this, but they said, we want you to play Theoden. And I spoke to Fran Welsh and Philippa Boyens, who were at that time they were in charge of breaking down the book and into script form. And they said, well, we want you to do it. So, because what happens is when this we do this, then it goes to Pelennor Fields, and then we have Isengard, and then they got, and I'm flicking through my copy of it that I'd been given all those years ago, unread, and I was flicking through. I go, where the hell is it? Trying to find something that matched what was coming out of their mouths with something I had in the book. It didn't blend for a long time.
Great question. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Any more questions? Just raise your hand. Oh, we've got some at the very top. Sorry to make you get your steps in, but these young ladies look like they've got a great question.
Two ladies of that. No. They've got those things that they carry around with ice cream in them.
Oh.
They're just ice cream vendors, I think.
Hi. Hi, me and my friend are like huge fans of the Titanic, and we're wondering, why did you want to become an actor?
Yeah, big fan of Titanic, and that's led you to thinking about why I wanted to become an actor.
Yeah.
Okay. What do you do for a living?
I'm not sure, really.
Okay. Well, when you find out what you want to do for a living, ask me the question again.
Okay.
What made me want to become an actor? I don't know. A row with my dad, I suppose. He knocked me to the floor, and I pretended to be more hurt than I was. And I was lying on the floor, and he was standing over me and saying, "You should be a bloody actor, you." And I thought, well, maybe he's not that stupid. I thought my dad was thick.
Gave you some advice, though, career advice.
They usually are thick, aren't they? It was circumstances. And I joined an amateur dramatic company, and I, because of my age, as a young adolescent and stuff like that, they gave me this particular role, and I loved doing it because the lady that I was performing with kept telling me, "Oh God, you're great," and things like that's how it happens. That's how it happened to me, and I think that's how it happens to lots of people. They just get to like certain things about being an actor, and it makes them want to be an actor all the more, and then they can't get out of it, so they go to drama school, which is great. Going to drama school is great, and you don't want to stop doing it. So that's the way it all happened. Gradually, step by step, move by move, I've drifted innocently into acting. It's a bit different when you turn professional and you've got to mix it with the big guys, especially Americans. You know, Hollywood and all that stuff, and they're not all nice people, I find. Anyway, that's about as much as I can tell you.
Great advice.
Hi.
Hi.
What was your favorite movie to film and why?
What? Say that again?
What was your
What was your favorite movie to film and why?
What that I was actually in? You mean? What's the favourite film that I've been in? Is that what you mean? Yeah. Okay. I can't. If you nod, I can't hear you. Something wrong. The acoustics in here are terrible. The best was, by a long, long way, Lord of the Rings. And then pretty close, Titanic. That's kind of the way it was.
Those are great questions, ladies. Thank you so much. We have time for, I think, one or two more. Oh, we've got, let's do this one here, and then we'll come to you ladies after. Yes. Your laugh is making me laugh, so I have to go over to you. You're cracking me up. We've got a question over here on the right. Hello.
Hi. I just wanted to know what your favourite Lord of the Rings film or book was.
It's the third of the trilogy, Return of the King.
Yeah, that's my favourite one too, actually.
And Pelennor Fields was my favourite bit that I was in. Because I worked really hard to get that to work. Riding horses is not an easy job.
But you had that long flowing hair. It looked nice, right?
Had what?
You had the long flowing hair. How was that?
False.
Oh, man. You're killing me. Really?
No, we didn't put real hair on a helmet that might get ripped or dirty or whatever.
You're to ask the hard-hitting questions as you can.
Stick some false hair on him if you're all right.
Looks good. Looks
If
good.
he knows the lines, it's okay.
We're going to go for one final question right over here on the left. Hi, ladies.
Hi. If you were a sandwich, what sandwich would you be?
Ooh.
8.
That is fantastic. That's how we're going to end it, is what kind of sandwich you are. That's beautiful.
My son used to ask me questions that were profoundly philosophical. He was only like 9 or 10, and he'd ask me these things, and I had no idea where in his mind he'd gone to ask me the question, and I had no idea how to respond. So I used to say things like that, or, what do you think the best part of the universe is, and what's going to go first? And I'd say things like eggs. I didn't know, but if I couldn't answer, I'd say something really stupid.
See, coming from you, it sounds cool, though. Am I right? We're just buying whatever you're selling, basically. Yes. Well, as a final thank you, we are just so honored that you could be here with us in Aberdeen. But what are you looking forward to after Comic-Con? What's next for you?
A good night's sleep. It was pretty brutal coming in on that tiny aeroplane, really. But it didn't bother me. I liked it, but it left you a bit weary at the end of it.
Yes. Do you have any final words for your lovely fans here in Aberdeen that came to see you?
Keep going.
Beautiful sentiment. Ladies and gentlemen, please
Thank
keep
you.
your applause going for the legend that is Bernard Hill.